What's up, guys? It is Liam here from Insanity Game UK, and welcome to the first episode of a podcast that is currently called TiddyCast. We will never explain that name, so don't ask. With me, I have Dan.
Hello.
We have Dean.
Hello.
And we have the wonderful German, Murdo.
Gutes Tag.
Beautiful. So, the plan with this podcast is, well, it's probably not going to be that much of a podcast per se. It's something. Basically, what we're doing is we're going to be talking about random shit while we're all playing different games. We're going to try and keep talking about the games to a minimum, but, yeah, basically just going to throw out some topics out there and just have a little bit of a wee discussion. So has anyone got anything to start off with, or do I need to start off with my rant of Five Nights at Freddy's World?
I'd say that's a good starting point.
So, yeah, because I'm a great person, I took one for the team, and I went out and purchased Five Nights at Freddy's World, or FNAF World. Dean was calling it Ebola for a good amount of time without playing it, and someone on Twitter decided that we're not allowed to call the game Ebola until we checked it out.
AIDS.
So
Hey, Raven.
AIDS too. Hey, Raven, shout out to you, dude. So, I was going to name, but fair enough.
We can now call it Ebola, though.
We can call it Ebola because I have played it and it is definitely Ebola. So, yeah, I spent about 15 minutes maybe playing it. I'll say this much for it. It's the animation in the fights and shit are quite good. Like, they're really good quality. You can tell he's worked on those. But as far as anything else goes, like, the overworld is just shit. The story isn't really explained. There's no obvious way to do certain objectives and things. And it's, yeah, I can't say it's going to be something I'm going to carry on playing. And it definitely wasn't worth the original, like, saying I spent £7 on it.
It's literally the case of beating a fucking dead horse, isn't it?
Very much so. Like I say,
milking sequels to fuck.
Yeah, I said before, there's nothing wrong inherently with the games themselves, like Five Nights at Freddy's. They do what they do. They're a horror game. They get jump scares and shit. But, yeah, it's a case of the community itself with everything else, basically, as well.
Fucking AIDS.
Yeah, it's full of just idiots, basically. But that is the same with every fandom. And this game is such a departure from, like, what the games were originally that it just stinks of a cash grab. And, yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of it all.
Yeah, it's not a game I'd personally play.
Well, has anyone else actually played Five Nights at Freddy's?
Nope.
I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's.
So I'm literally the only one who can comment on that. Great.
Yeah, pretty much. It's right. It's just, I just don't think it's not my kind of game series, and like,
No,
I can see why it appeals to 12-year-old yiffers, but you know.
Don't hold back, Dean. Don't hold back.
No.
So yeah, there's our discussion on Five Nights at Freddy's World.
It's
done straight out the way.
What's the verdict then? Pure
Shit.
Ebola.
No, Ebola's actually got a purpose of wiping out, like, I don't know, small communities of people. Yeah, I don't see a purpose for FNAF World at all. So, I give it no thumbs out of 2. That's my verdict.
Hold on a minute. I think you might be forgetting a tiny factor here.
Hello?
Oh my god.
Right? I mean, I know it doesn't affect any of us, per se, but
Who's Percy?
just a guy, you know, he's a train, has a friend called Thomas, all that sort of shit. But no, right. Think about the age range, right? The age range for FNAF is kind of the same as Minecraft, right? So if you play, you know, like a busy server, at least they'll be a bit quieter now, because they'll be off somewhere else.
You're not wrong. The thing is, that game was never supposed to be for, like, fucking 5-year-olds, or 12-year-olds, or, you know, that age range. The point of it is a horror game, and horror games aren't for children. They're supposed to be for, well, I guess I can't really say that, but generally speaking, in horror games, you're looking at blood, you're looking at gore, you're looking at disturbing imagery. That, to me, isn't for kids.
Exactly.
But for whatever reason, because they're all, like, supposedly... That's the thing, though. They're not even happy-looking animatronics. They're fucking scary-looking animatronics.
Yeah.
Yet for some reason, kids are eating that shit up. I don't understand it.
Also, FNAF World is not really for children because, except for the like, for like the looks of it, because the characters look pretty happy. At least I think so. But because, as far as I know, it's like a pretty heavy and hard RPG.
How the fuck has it got 1,000 positive reviews?
Kids love it, dude. Don't come back.
But it's not for kids.
I'm trying to find that review that I read. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, supposedly it's the RPG. Let's just be honest. That has been made for kids.
Nah.
It's like the animatronics are all cutesy and like
Yeah, but-
almost anime style.
Yeah.
And the fact that the game has been put under the category of memes,
Yeah,
it
okay.
just stinks of yeah,
One
exactly,
review, one
exactly.
review. bought
Yeah, I
this-
mean, the only thing I'm on about is that, like gameplay-wise and shit, the game is pretty hard and like a pretty solid RPG as far as I know. So it's not really for children.
No, it's supposedly not supposed to be for children, but you look at it aesthetically.
Yeah,
it's
I
definitely
mean,
for
like,
kids.
except for the aesthetics, it's not for children. That's what I meant. Like the aesthetics say, okay, it's like a child game because the characters look pretty. I don't like how they look. To be fair,
No, they're very kid.
look
One
pretty
review
weird.
here. I brought this for my friend and he accused me of cyberbullying. So funny.
But I don't think it's like as much of a cash grab as like Neon Cat Lost in Space because
Oh, come on, that game's amazing. How
or
dare
things
you?
like that because like in FNAF World I can see there was some effort put into it.
I guess, yeah.
And as a game like Neon Cat was like the most basic thing you can get. Like-
No, I'm with you on
But
that.
when you say you can see that there's effort put into it, do you mean they've done a bit more than just copy and paste the rest of the game? They
Yeah.
actually made like, you know, a couple of extra little sequences and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't play. I didn't.
No, I can see his point on that, to be fair. The game hasn't just been like the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's, where it's
But
just
when
been
you look
copy
at
and
Five
pasted
Nights at
from the
Freddy's
rest.
and you look at the quality of some of the fucking fan-made versions,
Yeah.
it's just like, it doesn't seem like a particularly hard type of game to make
Nah.
for
It isn't.
an
Well, that's the
indie
thing.
developer.
The game itself is made on an engine where it's supposed to be fairly easy to develop. It's why all the games built on what's the one that Russ used?
Unity?
Yes, that's why all those games look very similar.
Yeah.
It's the same with Five Nights at Freddy's. They
Yeah.
all use the same quite cheap game maker essentially
Yeah.
engine, so it's easy to essentially just copy and paste it.
Right.
But
That's why
like
the fan-made ones look
now,
pretty
Into
good.
paint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unity's ease of use, but I don't think there's an excuse now why people don't use Unreal 4 because I think it's a little bit harder to use than Unity, but it's like the perfect combination between the Cry engine and Unity.
Well, that's not really the thing that's the issue. I mean, every time I see a game that's built on Unity, I can see certain assets that look
Yeah,
pretty much the
that's-
same.
that's
And it's
right.
the
Yeah.
same with these Five Nights at Freddy's ones. It's a case of you can see the exact same concept being used over and over again. It's just reskinned
Yeah.
because it's using the
Yeah.
same engine.
Yeah.
I suppose I can't really say
It's like the
Unreal 'cause I haven't
Forest.
really looked into it.
They've
I
all
haven't,
got
looked,
exactly the same kind of thing, don't they?
I haven't really looked. Yeah, definitely. I've looked into the I haven't really looked into Unreal Engine enough to be able to comment. But I've played obviously a couple of different games with different engines and shit, and you can tell when a game's made on Unity basically. And it's the
Yeah.
same with these Five Nights at Freddy's clones. You can tell that they're all made on the same engine, kind of thing.
Also, it says at the beginning if you play a Unity game usually.
Yeah, well that too. It does say powered by Unity, gives it away a little bit.
Just a little. No, I meant like FNAF World is like a spin-off. And if like other franchises do a spin-off like Sonic or Mario or whatever, like they're way bigger, but just to be on the topic of spin-offs, they usually like go on the topic like kart racer or shit. That would have worked with FNAF as well, to be fair, but
Well, that's
he didn't choose like an easy like genre. He chose the RPGs, an RPG, and that's what I think.
What?
It's, like he put a bit of effort.
that's the thing. It's a case of going with the Sonic and Mario things. You've always had the side scrollers, but they've evolved. Well, not only evolved into more 3D platformers, but they've also gone into racing and stuff. And
Yeah, they did like
other
a
things.
few spin-offs.
And yeah, that's. I don't want to say it's different, but it's
No.
a case of you're not talking about a genre switch. You're talking about a whole different
Yeah, it's spin-off.
type of games switch, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, it's a
But
spin-off.
it's supposedly still in. I don't know if it's the same universe or whatever, but I don't know. It's very weird about how he's gone about it. I mean, fair play to him. It's obviously worked for him, and people are enjoying it.
What I
but-
found weird is like, isn't he planning on making a sequel?
Yeah, apparently there's already a
later in the
FNAF
year.
2. A FNAF,
It
FNAF
just
World
shows
2
you how
sequel
easy it
already.
is for the guy to make
Yeah,
money.
he shits this game out. He shits these games out pretty
Yeah.
quickly, to be
And like I
honest.
said, Five Nights at Freddy's, I've the original 3, maybe I haven't really played the 4th one that much, but the first 3,
Mhm.
I actually enjoyed them. Like,
Yeah, of course.
I've made videos in them, I've streamed in them, and they are actually enjoyable games. Very simple,
Yeah.
and they do what they need to. If you don't pay attention, you get jump scares. That's pretty much what the purpose of those games are.
Yeah, and the games
But
are like pretty
that's all
unique
they are.
setting.
Yeah, that's all there are to it. And to switch from that to something completely different like this,
Yeah.
apropos of nothing virtually. I don't think anyone was ever asking for a Five Nights at Freddy's RPG.
Of course not.
It just seems very. To me, that just says cash grab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nah. To be honest, if I want to cash grab
Well, fair
of
play
a
for the guy.
franchise,
The guy knows where he can make his money.
No, exactly. He can't fault him on that at all. But yeah, like I said, I'm not. That's the point. I'm not actually faulting the guy for cash grabbing or whatever. If that's what he's doing, if it's working and he's still making money from it, why not fucking do it? But
At least he's
It's-
aiming at the right people to grab it off.
yeah, he's not short of that audience at all. So
He got he got the perfect audience really, didn't he? The like fucking 12-year-olds.
like I said, it's not just 12-year-olds. I know plenty of people my age that play it. So, but primarily, yeah, I can see his audience being like that. Well, we can just look at the comments on like Five Nights at Freddy's builds I've done on Minecraft and stuff. The level of maturity,
Intelligence.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that not so much intelligence. That's not really
Maturity.
measured in age. Yeah, but maturity definitely. You can see the level of it that's kicking about. So, yeah, it's definitely. I don't know, because now I'm thinking about it a bit more. This Five Nights at Freddy's World, as much as it's like I see it as a cash grab to me, but it's also, I can see it as being Scott's way of like getting kids to enjoy the universe as well, because he probably realizes that the jump scary games aren't really suitable for kids. But if people,
Well, they just don't
if
mind
kids,
not just work anymore.
if kids enjoy the universe or whatever, then why not make a more child-friendly version of it just so they can join in as well?
Liam,
I can see that now. I've thought about it.
that's what I meant. I don't think it's a cash grab, because if you really want to like milk the franchise, you do something more accessible. You don't make like an RPG. You do something like a side scroller or kart race or something easy, like everyone can enjoy. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense to me a bit.
I don't think it's really cash grab because of that. Because you wouldn't like if you want to milk a
say-
franchise. I don't think you want to like put on an RPG, because
I think it's a cash
Sonic
grab.
like
That's
if
fine.
we go to Mario and Sonic again, like Mario had an RPG that was pretty good, like multiple of them. They were pretty good, like, but they didn't sell like nearly as much as the big side-scrolling and jump ones. And Sonic one was very like, as I heard, pretty good, but most people didn't like it.
Are you talking about the original like Mega Drive and Genesis era games?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's-
there was like one RPG spin-off for Sonic. I'm talking about the RPG spin-offs right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you're talking about the original platforming games, then it's a bit different because you're talking about different technology.
I
but-
meant like in like the RPG spin-offs in comparison to the RPG to the
Yeah,
ones.
I get you on that. I've played like things like was it Curse of the Werehog or something like that, or whatever it was, which is one of the RPG
yeah,
spin-offs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say I was a fan of that.
Yeah,
It didn't really work.
what I meant like the full RPG on the DS. There was like a really pretty hard and really like fleshed out RPG on the DS.
Oh, right. I
That's
didn't
what I
know
meant.
about
That wasn't like not many people bought it. Like I said, it was pretty good for what it is, but it's not very accessible for everybody.
I get you.
Like especially not in comparison to like jump runs or shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. I mean, like I said, I can kind of see his reason for doing it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it just seems weird to me.
Yeah, but I think like if you really want to cash grab, you don't do an RPG.
No, I guess so.
Yeah, but literally any game that of FNAF comes out is gonna make
Of
money.
course. It's gonna sell. Of
Yeah,
course.
it's inevitable, really.
It's the same like the Mario RPGs, Paper Mario and shit. Like people will be like, oh, I'm gonna look into it, even if I am not into RPGs.
To be fair,
that's
though,
gonna.
you got to look at it this way. Like the more like he was copy and pasting the
Yeah.
previous Five Nights, they were selling quick, but they weren't staying in the top sellers as long
No,
course.
well,
as the previous.
you can look at
games.
the you can look at Steam Spy. I mean, I could bring it up now, but I know for a fact that they went down very quickly. Like the first one sold X amount. I think it virtually halved in each iteration because people weren't. the first one was very exciting for everybody. It was like, oh, this is new. Let's all check this out. But
yeah, that's
by
always.
the time the second one came out, it was like, oh, we could just go watch PewDiePie or Markiplier or somebody else play this instead.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Repetitive.
And it's a similar thing that going on to a different game, Until Dawn suffered with, I think. I don't know what the sales are for that exactly, but a lot of people ended up just watching people play it rather than getting it themselves.
I think it's because of the kind of game that Until Dawn was. It looks like a game that I would love to have played, but I would have only played it once.
Yeah.
But because I don't have PS4, I'd rather watch it or whatever. But it's because it's it's more like a film than anything else.
Yeah, it just played like a movie.
It plays like a film. I like those kind of games, but they don't have much playability to them other than getting everyone else killed or whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's a case of, if it wasn't just another stupid console exclusive game, then I think it would have had a lot more people buy it. Like I said, loads of people have said if it was on PC or even Xbox, it wasn't just exclusive, then they'd have played it. It's the exact reason I won't ever play it. I'm not getting a console just to play a specific game.
Looks like a really good game.
Also, if you want to change the topic real quick, if we are like at console exclusives.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Because I was looking into like buying a console.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I thought about it at a certain point. And if you look like at the big two, like for me it's three big consoles, but mostly just count the Xbox and the PlayStation.
Yeah, you don't really count Wii in that because they're doing their own thing, aren't they? No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying they do their own thing. So,
like I said, I would count the Wii U because it's pretty good
for their own console, don't they?
Yeah, that's the thing. The only console that has like very good exclusives is Nintendo.
I kind of agree with you on that. To be fair, they do have a lot of very good exclusives.
Yeah, and because you won't like get a Mario on an Xbox. Or something that gets close to it, or something. Like,
well, that's the thing. That they're obviously going to, if we're going to talk about Nintendo, they're developing a new console now, aren't they? They've got is it Project N they're currently working on?
Project NX, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But they've also been talking about getting to the mobile market more as well. Yeah. So I don't know if there's going to be anything beyond. Well, 2DS was the most recent thing to come out.
I wanted to bring out something like the N64 because that was good.
Why?
What?
Why specifically the N64?
Do you know you're okay?
Something like the N64. No, or the GameCube. Like some of the games in there were amazing.
But Nintendo have good games now on a different console. What does it need to be specifically the N64?
Dean, what are you on?
Star Fox. They haven't brought a Star Fox yet.
Yeah.
They are developing one currently.
We'll get a new one, I think, middle of this year.
Yeah, they're developing one at the moment.
Star Fox Zero.
Prime.
Well, you're talking about something completely different here. That's not just stuff that was out on specific consoles. You're talking about like whole franchises.
We're talking about like the consoles and not like...
Because they probably didn't bring back certain ones like that because I don't know the figures myself.
I don't know enough about... to be honest, I should have made that comment because I don't know enough about the Wii. All I ever seem to see come out the Wii is fucking Mario or Zelda.
And you know why that is? It's because they're the most popular ones. Simple as that. If Star Fox had the same popularity, then you'd have a lot more of them come out. But Mario's a much more like familiar character, basically.
You can just make a new console, like pack a Mario game with it, and it will sell.
Yeah, pretty much. Mario is something that's always going to sell. Same with Pokemon. That's why one of those comes out every year. People never talk about that. I don't know. Well, maybe not every single year, but Pokemon does the exact same thing as Call of Duty, where it's a case of a new iteration comes out every year, pretty much. Yeah. But nobody complains about that because it's Pokemon and people like Pokemon.
And to be fair, though, I don't think they go too overboard with it. Like, I don't know how to word this particularly, but I think with Pokemon, people don't have an issue with it because of what it is. Like, although it is a rehash of the same thing, you're getting so much different stuff, especially in the newer generations. They're making such different changes. To where I can understand if you were talking about, red and blue, and then going on to like gold and silver, perhaps, because the pretty much all that changed is it's a new map and some new shit added to that. But when you're getting on to sort of like X and Y, they're starting to add more to it. You've got, you've got like the 2 new types and stuff. They're starting to.
Yeah, I get it. The game itself is evolving.
They're not keeping it exactly copy and paste. They're making it copy and paste with a bit more.
Also,
Yeah.
In a
the
sense.
experience
That's-
is
that's
like
like-
almost a bit different.
Call of
Always.
Duty though, isn't it?
But this is kind of. This is
Well,
this
you
is the
look
thing I was
at
getting.
you look at the new Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. It's a clone of Titanfall, just not done as well as Titanfall.
Well, this is the thing I was trying to get to. It's a case of people have more forgiveness for certain things because they like them. So I don't necessarily believe that it's just the evolution. I mean, it definitely helps. But because it's a certain franchise, people are more likely to forgive it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that almost always works. That's why you can put out the same... I like to say it's not the same Pokemon game, but you can put out the same Pokemon game out every year. You can put out Five Nights at Freddy's. You can put out all these different games that people don't mind. But you go to one game that kind of gets... It's not just like a game that comes out every year. It's something that gets mentioned quite a lot on the internet as well, like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's something that's so saturated in the market now that people are sick of it because of just the franchise. If for argument's sake you put out Call of Duty under a different name and it was with characters people liked, then I can guarantee people wouldn't complain as much about it being out all the time.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I think the issue is with shooters and stuff, people don't really want them to be too samey every time.
But
No, but
you
at
know
the same
what I
time, if you do too many
Only to do-
changes, people complain.
you can only do so much with shooters though. That
Yeah, that's
you're
the
still
issue.
pointing and shooting at things, aren't you?
Well,
no matter
it-
what, whether you're running across a wall shooting shit out of someone or whatever, it's still the
is
same
weirdly
thing.
a conversation that I saw on MCM the other day. People on the podcast might not know what that is, but yeah, it was something that people pointed out about. I've already forgotten the conversation already. God damn it, brain, work, come on, help. Dan said something about a gravel platform, I got distracted. I'm watching. But yeah, it was, they were talking about, come on, help me, somebody, what were we just talking about? I've lost it.
We were talking about pointing.
Also,
and shooting.
like...
Oh, right, yeah. People were saying that all shooters are the same because they're all click and shoot games. And when you
Yeah.
think about it, they're technically right. Every shooter game is click on somebody and just keep clicking on that person until they die.
Yeah.
And I suppose you can't do much about that. But then you compare Call of Duty, which everyone complains about, which does have some evolution in mechanics, to
Counter-Strike.
a game we all enjoy, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
That's barely evolved, but
True.
and it is just click and shoot people until they die.
But to be fair,
But we enjoy it.
CS is
There's an even.
CS is what it is. Like
Yeah, no one's making excuses for CS.
it's not one of those games that they're trying to make a franchise per
No, I
se.
get you, I get
It's
you.
just one of those games that people have enjoyed and they've enjoyed it for that premise.
Don't
So
fix
in a
what-
way,
don't fix
in a
what
way,
ain't broken, really.
yeah, exactly.
No,
So,
I'm with you on that.
although-
I'm just trying to bring examples out.
Pretty much with in the case of CS, from my point of view anyway, it's although I wouldn't say that it's not copy paste, but to me I would just sort of see it as updating the engine without removing the previous games almost. Because
Yeah.
obviously you've still got people that are diehard Source fans.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still occasionally see people pop up on that. And if you look at the concurrent player base,
It's
or the
annoying
concurrent
as
player
fuck.
list, you see so many people that still play those Counter-Strike games that it's very weird.
Also, Source fanboys are annoying as fuck, but that's different. Sorry. No, but like the thing with
Source, bro.
comparing CS to COD is the thing that CS is like you said, evolving barely, like changing a bit things here and there, like changing a map every like few months and shit, like tweaking the gameplay a bit every time.
If they
And-
wanted, they could fucking bring out a new.
Yeah, of course.
Counter-Strike every year.
Of course.
and just
But
suck the
why?
Shit out of the market.
Like the difference between COD and CS is that they change CS just slightly every time, and COD is also changing slightly every time, but they don't charge 50
Yeah,
bucks for it
exactly.
every time.
Very true.
Exactly. Well,
Well, it's
COD,
not
you're
even that
getting
anymore,
the
is
same
it?
game with a new mechanic. You're paying what, 50 quid for that
Yeah.
new
Well,
mechanic?
If you look at Call of Duty, yeah, you're looking... Hang on, let's just put it in perspective. Let's go American on this as well.
America.
Each game is like $60 base, and then you're looking at another, what, $40 for season pass? You're looking
Yeah.
at maybe $100
Yeah.
for a full game, essentially.
It's
I
disgusting.
know a lot of people complain about Battlefront for that. And you look at Counter-Strike, and it's, what, not on sale, and it's
15.
What, 15 quid, $20?
Yeah.
and you can get as much fun out of that as you want.
Yeah, exactly.
However, but dragon laws are like more than 1,000,
my
so
God.
that bumps the price of the game up.
Yeah, well, you don't spend $1,000 on a fucking dragon lore then, do you?
Of course you do. That's what it's there for.
That's the thing.
So
I
they
like.
do. They must make a lot of money off economy though.
I
Oh,
enjoy
God,
that.
yeah.
I honestly enjoy that game model though, and I'm hoping it's something Blizzard do with Overwatch, where it's the game's cheap enough to get into, but then to make it, if you want the skins, you want to look pretty, you can pay for it. It's very much Warframe as well. It's like
But also, like, if
pay
you
for
want to
pretty
make,
things.
but also, like, if you want to make money out of it, you can. If you're,
Yeah, exactly.
If, like, either A, if you're good enough to be able to consistently beat people for like bet duels or whatever,
yeah,
or if you're fucking RNGesus friends number one and you just gamble it all. Although there's a part of me that feels like that's cheapening it. That kind of cheapens it. I don't know. I don't feel like people that go on like that
Gambling
kind of
websites.
yeah. I was about to like list some off. It's like, yeah, let's not do that. They're shady
No,
sponsorship. Fuck you, pay me. Do you know what I mean?
They're
But-
they're not all shady. To be fair, like some of them are.
But like I feel like
Okay.
if you're relying on just RNG to fucking make money,
Oh, you mean that kind of betting type? Yeah, they're bullshit. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because
Especially
they're
like more like I was thinking more about sort of the pool bets.
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah, they're bullshit.
Yeah,
we're talking
exactly.
about something completely different now, though, aren't we? We're talking about
How
how we're getting skins on games.
because like I was on the topic of there are like websites where you can bet skins on esports matches.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard of
but
that.
so I'm of the opinion that if you're gonna have like tradable skins available within games, it should
Yeah.
definitely be. You should definitely have to earn them rather than just get lucky on a website that's not
Yeah.
even affiliated
Yeah,
officially with the game.
Yeah, exactly.
but
I'm
we're
sure the
getting
fact
off
we've come
track.
from
I
that.
think.
We did go a bit off track there.
Well, it has to be done.
But no, it's weird. It's basically the value of games these days. You don't just pay $60 or whatever for a game anymore. You pay $60 for the base game, and then it's if you want any more of it, you got to pay a lot more.
That's what's wrong with AAA games publishers now. They got lazy and want to make as much money as they can for doing as little as they can.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
why
economy
I
like at a
prefer
whole.
to support indie games, because indie games, there are a lot of indie games that think outside of the box.
But you know what
Whereas
indie
all
ga-
these AAA publishers, they play it safe every time because they know they can make money off that. They don't say, "Oh, let's take a risk and like add something like something completely different to a game." So like see if people like it. No, they just go and make the same fucking game over and over and over again because they know it'll make money.
But
You
you
know
know
what, I think
what?
that's-
That makes the game industry boring.
You know what indie game developers cannot do?
What,
Live off
afford
their
a box?
games.
Exactly.
Like, afford living.
Exactly. Yeah,
their
that's the sad thing though. That is the sad thing.
Yeah, because
Like, they
everybody's
have so
ripping
many
off the
good
indie game
ideas.
developers.
I know what you're-
in developers' brains. That if they had the funds
Oh,
to,
shit.
they'd have to build an amazing game. But a lot of them don't get the chance to do that, and it's sad. We're just spoon fed these fucking boring games over and over again.
Nah, I'm with you on
Same
that.
games.
I think I know what you're going for there. You're starting to talk a bit about the Isle, aren't you?
Yeah, well, not just that. There's other games as well out there that.
No, I'm with you on it. I like playing a lot more of the indie games these days. Like, it's perfect example is looking on, Mr. Viewer or Mrs. Viewer. If you look on our YouTube channel, a lot of the games that I play, and I know you play as well, Dean, are mostly indie games these days.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't touched any AAAs in ages. Which I'm absolutely fine with because they're not that great these days.
Good games like I enjoy playing Depth, Contagion. You got stuff like Subnautica and that as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really good games, but like if they had the money that AAA games publishers have,
Oh, they'd be immense.
exactly.
Problem
And it's
is,
just sad that we probably will never see that because fucking the game industry's bullshit now.
well, I don't want to say that it's a bad thing because with indie developers, you get the case of they're in control of their games.
True.
If
very
you ally yourself with different publishers and whatever, then they get a finger in, you know, what you're putting out, and they can, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts and they talk about this with the film industry quite a lot. Once you've got investors involved,
They can tell you how to do.
Yeah, you're not just making something for you anymore. You're making it for them to make money, kind of thing.
And if they don't like something you're doing, they can say, "No, I don't like that. Take out."
Exactly.
Even though it's probably something that's pretty like a pretty amazing feature or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. The game
they'll
creator
have to fork out a little bit of money for it.
The game's creator, or the game's developer, knows what they're doing. They know what they want to do. They know how they can do it. They just need the money for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine. You can need the money for it, but unfortunately, you have to bend over to fucking get that money. Sometimes.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to hope that you know, people aren't still too tainted by Kickstarter that they'll support you on that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
crowdfunding is great and shit.
Honestly, I don't mind crowdfunding. I've got a couple of games that I've got crowdfunded right now. I've got Ukulele and what's the other one? The Friday the 13th game that's coming out soon. I've got both of those on Kickstarter. I'm fine supporting those, but people will only do it so many times before they get burnt. It's the same,
It's because it's the Stomping Land thing. It just annoys me. People go on, I'm still scarred by it. Look, you fucking... It was what? How much? 20 quid? Wow. £20. Fucking hell.
You can say that. You've got a job thing. Some people don't.
But Kickstarter... I guarantee... I understand why some of the Kickstarter backers who backed a considerable amount of money are pissed off.
Oh, yeah, easy.
But, like, it's just a shame that the fucking developer of that game is, like, caused this massive thing. Now, no one trusts any other indie developers now with crowdfunding.
Well, it's not...
this Stomping Land 2.0. It's like, no, just fucking...
Well, you're talking about a very niche market there, because you're talking about the community you kind of, like, swim around in, but I'm talking
this is
generally.
Yeah. Any indie dinosaur game is going to have that, is you sure this isn't going to become the Stomping Land? It's like, why? Just because it's got fucking dinosaurs in doesn't mean it's going to end up like the Stomping Land, does it?
It's not just those kind of games. You're talking about every early access game. Plenty of people have been burnt by different early access games. It's not just dinosaur games.
You guys remember Mighty Number 5?
That's
a funny story because they pushed it behind because they couldn't meet the release date. So they said they're gonna make an apology demo to the backers.
They're my favorite.
And they pushed that back as well.
Yeah,
because they couldn't release it on date.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they make all these promises to people that have kickstarted and backed them and stuff, and it's like, oh, by the way, no, we can't do it. Sorry.
Not gonna happen.
Sorry. Sorry. You're all Canadian about it.
And that does this whole, promising things and pushing it back or just not delivering it all doesn't even just apply to Kickstarter. It even extends over to things like Indiegogo as well.
Oh yeah, anything that's like some kind of...
Wherever there's crowdfunding, you're always going to get someone that fucks that.
The thing is, when you donate money, you're taking a risk.
Of course.
Of course.
It's the same for early access. I think people whinging about early access games, like they're stopping development of them. It's like, you took that risk. It does say there's a massive warning every time you buy an early access game that it's possible that it won't be completed or whatever.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
if the developers are running out of money and physically they cannot live or make a living off the money that they're getting, or they're just not making any sales, they can't carry on developing a game because they can't commit time to it.
Yep.
But then you get the games where people are buying into it and they're still not doing shit.
Yeah, like Mighty Number 5, DayZ,
H1Z1 at the moment, by the fucking seams of it.
DayZ.
I mean, I haven't seen anything done with it personally.
Well, fucking H1Z1's Battle Royale now.
Let's take DayZ.
Exactly.
Let's take DayZ as the main example, because that was the first major one.
Yeah.
And I remember, Dean, you were super fucking hyped for that.
Yeah, same here.
I remember that you
I
being
was
super
set
crazy
to
about
play
Last time
way
I played
too much of that
it
game.
felt a lot better than when it first came out.
I'm not saying it hasn't improved.
But
it's the same
when you
with,
look at the mods for like Arma 3, like bloody Exile, Breaking Point and stuff,
You pretty much get the same thing, aren't you?
they put fucking DayZ to shame. And like these are like guys who are making these mods maybe in their spare time or whatever. And they're doing it better than these fucking guys who are making a lot of money. And they're being paid by Bohemia Interactive to make the game.
Yeah.
They've got a company behind them.
It's always confused me with that kind of thing, but Yeah, it's one of the risks of early access. I mean, if you're not prepared to maybe not get the thing you've paid for, then there's not a lot you can do, really.
To be fair, there are good Kickstarters like the guy who funded the potato salad.
Oh god, I remember that. It was so fucking silly. It was nuts.
How much
No,
did
the
he
pro-
want for it?
like
But,
he-
like, he ended up making God
Like
knows how much.
he
I
wanted
think like
like
25 quid.
yeah,
it
it
wasn't
was like
much.
something like that, and he got like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, he threw a potato salad party because of how
then
much he got.
He made a big potato salad party.
I
Like he
remember
gave out
this
he
shit.
gave out
Yeah.
free he gave out free potato salad and made like a band was like playing and shit. So good.
Let's be honest, that's the way to fucking do it, right? Fucking massively underestimate what you want to do. Because people throw money at you then.
Or you just don't take it so fucking seriously.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
do something that would be a laugh. Like I think if you ever plan on doing, I mean, I don't know if you can ever really plan on doing something like that
No.
to the extent that sort of took off.
It was
But-
pretty fucking ridiculous and hilarious.
But if you ever think about just as a laugh putting something funny on Kickstarter like that, you have to think, if it does actually take people's interest, am I going to be able to fucking deal with that?
yeah, exactly.
Only problem is like if you put like these silly things on there, the real projects will be like no one will take them seriously because
Yeah,
the
exactly.
website has like a bad
That's
reputation.
yeah,
Shit.
it's like, yeah, it's...
Well, while we're talking about Kickstarters and maybe targeting specific ones, let's talk about a really shitty one that I do not trust at all. Psychonauts 2. Does anybody have anything to say on that before I go into my little rant?
No, because
one
I'm
of
not
the
a game.
games
interest
that
to me,
I
so-
found that I found weird was the Shenmue. What is it? Shenmue.
Oh,
Shenmue.
Shenmue, yeah.
Shenmue, whatever it is.
Shenmue.
Oh, haven't they got a fucking AAA publisher behind them?
Nah, funny you should mention that. Well, yeah, they do. They got Sony back in them.
Why the fuck
Right,
are they doing
okay.
crowdfunding?
I can explain this to you. I mean, it makes sense to them. It makes kind of sense to me, I guess. The Kickstarter was basically put in place to prove to Sony that people were interested in the game.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, why put 3 million into a Kickstarter to prove that?
Yeah,
Surely you
exactly.
can just poll people. And I think
Yeah, exactly.
the logic there was, yeah, people can just say they want something.
Yeah,
but it
well
doesn't
now
mean they actually want it.
Sony are like, yeah, we don't have to put hardly any money into this game.
Well,
people
in
have
all
already paid for it.
fairness, they are putting, from what I'm aware, they're putting about $20 million into it, I think.
Oh yeah.
They're not exactly not putting anything in there.
Yeah, of course.
But like, thing is, how they all like pretty much the majority of people who are going to play that game have already put money into it.
Yeah.
Of course.
But actually, there will be a lot more people who haven't put money into it and are waiting for the game to come out before they buy and play.
No, I get it. It's, yeah.
I just find it odd that like AAA games, why
yeah.
they shouldn't be funded on Kickstarter.
No, I'm kind of with you on that. It's a case of, if you're a AAA developer, you really shouldn't be needing people to back you up. You should have enough money
Exactly.
in the fucking pot to.
And you should
do
pay
games like that.
attention to your fans enough to know what kind of games they want. But they
Yeah.
don't. That's the thing. It's the same with fucking EA.
Ooh,
EA,
thing, it's like,
EA is just literally the AIDS of the game industry.
No, they're not that bad. I'm trying to think who the worst was. Fucking Konami.
Ubisoft.
Konami are the worst fucking
Ubisoft
game
aren't
developer
that
right
bad.
now.
Uh,
Okay.
Ubisoft make a game look pretty as fuck at E3. You play it and it just looks like fucking.
I tell you what I
Grand
heard.
Theft Auto San Andreas.
They make a game look pretty and on E3 and then it crashes and then fucking nothing works.
Yeah, one thing
Try
I
and
have
look
heard
at The
about
Division.
Ubisoft games is, yeah, well, they do brilliant trailers for E3. The same as Watch Dogs as well. And then, was that Ubisoft? I can't remember.
Ubisoft, yeah, I'm sure. Was it?
But yeah, they make,
Was it?
either way, they make beautiful trailers for E3, like 20 fucking years in advance.
Yeah.
And by the time the game actually comes out, it doesn't look anywhere near as good as it did.
Correct.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
looks like the graphics have been so downgraded.
Also, I remember like a
We're
Black
talking
Flag,
as PC gamers as well.
a Black Flag gameplay on E3 which fucking crashed
Yeah?
on stage. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember a story about it. But yeah, I'll go back to the Kickstarter thing in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, Konami's still definitely the fucking worst.
Also, Liam, if you're like finished with your Psychonauts story, I want to
I
share
haven't,
something
but-
else.
That was I was going to go back to that actually.
Yeah, there's
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna. Obviously, none of us have played it, and I've never been into Psychonauts, but I will be playing it at some point just to try it out. Yeah, basically, people have been waiting for a sequel to the game for ages. I believe it came out early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the person who's developing it is Tim Schafer,
Yeah.
who's part of Double Fine. Now, you guys, I don't know how much you guys know about the gaming industry. Like I said, I listen to quite a lot of podcasts, so I get a lot of information from there. So, if I'm wrong, listener, I'm sorry. But he's very well known for getting a lot of money and being fucking shite with it. So, have you guys heard of a game called Broken Age?
I heard of
Yeah?
Tim Schafer.
Maybe?
Okay,
Also, his name is German, so I don't trust him.
well, but yeah, Tim Schafer was the guy behind that, and from what I remember, I'm hoping I get my facts right because I'm going to get roasted alive otherwise. They crowdfunded the first episode. It was a 2-episode game.
Yeah.
They got the money for it. It got released later than it should have, and then after that, they actually didn't have enough money for episode 2
Oh my god.
because they'd spent too much on episode 1. So I think they had to go back into some form of crowdfunding and rely on the profits from episode 1 to actually develop the second episode, which again was delayed.
Oh my
So there was a whole thing with that. So he cannot be trusted with money, basically, is what I'm saying. Or sequels.
It all
Oh,
comes
he-
out, like, when you think about like how much does go into a game, then you're paying a lot of money for certain things, like
Yeah.
models, animations, like cost a lot of money for like.
Correct.
Well, no one's
Well, you
arguing
pay
about
for
that.
the quality as well. If you want a high quality like animation set, you're gonna have to fork out for it. Like,
But that wasn't so much the issue. The issue was he made these promises, and as a game developer of some note, you'd think he
Yeah.
would know. You'd be, he'd know how to
manages money.
manage the money and stuff. Yeah, you'd think he'd know that, but no. There's been the Broken Age example. I believe there's another example, but it's slipping my mind right now. That he's just not great with money and time and development. So it's not really somebody you can kind of trust with that kind of thing. I don't know. It's what I've heard. I could be completely off base and wrong on that, but these are the rumours. Oh God, advert! Please don't play while I'm in the middle of a podcast. Thank you. There we go.
The TiddyCast.
The TiddyCast, sponsored by. But yeah, it was a whole thing. I mean, I could be completely wrong on what I just said, but this is all stuff that I've heard through the grapevine, as people would want to call it.
Sponsored by Kotaku.
Oh, fuck Kotaku as well. They're wankers.
Just a random thought. Did any of you play Siphon Filter?
No.
No.
Never
No.
heard of it.
No, I don't
Siphon
think I've
Filter
heard
on
of
the PlayStation. The original
No.
PlayStation. Dan's too
Tell us
young to
about
know
it.
what the original PlayStation looked like.
Dan knows what the original PlayStation was.
feel like it was. I feel like I don't know. I can remember it being slightly like it's like a more actiony Splinter Cell.
A more actiony split. That was pretty actiony.
Yeah, it's like that.
Did they take the
I
action
was
to a
just
new
wondering if
level?
anyone else played that game
Was that your whole thing?
because I think you were like an anti-bloody terrorist thing. It's like it's in third person.
Dean, why would I be an anti-terrorist in a game when I'm like that in real life?
What, CS? Are you sure you're not just thinking of CSGO?
Yeah, because CS:GO's the only game of anti-terrorism.
Yeah, it's the only one. Why would you even question that?
Dude, the team is literally
Next
full
topic.
anti-terrorists. Like, shit.
What a ridiculous question. Next topic.
I
Overruled.
can't believe that no one else has played any of the Siphon Filter games.
No.
Dean, let's put it this way. You're now a special snowflake.
To be fair though, there were a lot of
God damn it, Jim.
non-mainstream company games for that.
Yeah,
For fucking PS1.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's
easy.
some
so
really
easy.
good games on PS1.
It's so easy to miss a game because it's not from a huge developer.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The only games that anybody without fail will know on PlayStation is Spyro or Crash.
What
They're
about
the only ones-
Battletoads, mate?
Gran Turismo, mate.
Yeah, I guess
Battletoad
so.
was on
Gran
Nintendo.
Turismo.
Yeah, wasn't Battletoads not PS1?
Oh, no, it might have been
Wasn't-
earlier.
Wasn't
The
NES.
main games, two
Yeah,
main
it was.
games,
It was
Gran
earlier than that,
Turismo,
but-
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Ridge Race was one of my favourites as well.
Gran Turismo,
Never
I
was
think,
never a
is
fan of
very-
Ridge Racer.
I played Type R for days.
Fucking Pandemonium, mate.
Oh, I've got that on Steam.
That is a legendary game.
Abe
I never
Sardi,
played
yeah.
the sequel, but that me and my sister used to play that hours on end. Like
Yeah,
it was
it's
so
sick,
many
innit?
times. It was so good.
Apes Odyssey and shit.
It
Yeah,
might
that's
be
been
just
released as
nostalgia,
well.
but it doesn't feel like they make games like that anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like the only games I remember playing on the PS1 because I own like a PS2 and shit was Call McRae Rally, Gran Turismo
yeah.
the first two,
Gran Turismo.
and Destruction Derby the second one. That's a really good.
Oh,
Such a Derby was
Armageddon.
pretty good.
Armageddon
Oh.
was a good series of car games.
Did anyone play
Carmageddon,
Loaded?
you mean? You mean Carmageddon, right?
Carmageddon.
Yeah.
They don't play
I think
Loaded.
it was-
Top-down shooter. Loaded.
Like-
Top-down shooter,
Loaded.
very gory.
I think I've seen it. I never played it.
You like can choose some like psycho characters and stuff as well. You just like run around like killing all these prisoners and stuff. No?
I think I know
Just
what you
me?
mean, but I don't.
Google it. Loaded.
Also,
Not the magazine. Not the magazine.
yeah, of course. Also, if we're like at the topic of Carmageddon, little fact like on Carmageddon, the PC version, I think, or PS1 version as well, the blood in Germany is green. And,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
and you don't
Germans have
overrun
red rose.
you don't overrun people, you overrun like aliens or something like that, or zombies. I think zombies.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bless you and your
paste the link in there.
censorship.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
really weird censorship on Blood, haven't you?
Yeah, our censorship is really bad. Like Doom was Doom and
Doom.
Quake was banned for a long time. Like Doom was fucking banned till 2010, I think.
When you look at games like that, the gore makes you laugh because
Yeah, we're so desensitized by that shit now.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, the main culprit of that is all the fucking shit we see on news these days. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the amount of times I jump on Facebook, it's like, oh yeah, check out this video of someone being beheaded.
Yeah,
exactly.
What?
Literally.
No?
And then you've got it's stuff like fucking everything's sexualized now as well.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Like everyone's become. It's not fucking.
Welcome to
See-
Facebook. Here's
No,
some
one-
boobs.
like people have got less and less self-respect.
I do wonder though, because obviously we're a lot older now, especially you and me, Dean. We're like older than the Murdo and Dan, but
Ancient.
I feel like we're ancient compared, but I feel like we're
Granddad's
more. I feel like we're more desensitized to that now, because obviously when you and I were younger, we
But
obviously
we
didn't.
lads.
When we were lads, we were, we listened to all this music and stuff, and we were innocent. We didn't really know.
Aw.
I know, we didn't really know anything more than what was being
Yeah.
sung at us, basically. But now we're older, and we kind of... Oh, God, sorry, remote control. Now that we're older, and we kind of know these things, it's kind of more obvious to us when something weird is in a
Yeah,
song.
I think it's more accessible now because of stuff like YouTube, and you've got all these programs.
Blurries.
You've got all these music programs on the telly and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like I said, you've got the internet now, which gives you much more access to the video stuff. I mean, before, you wouldn't see a music video unless, for some reason...
You're on
accidentally
MTV.
stumbled
You
on
wouldn't
MTV,
really
yeah.
get what like it could be some like really explicit stuff, but you wouldn't even know. Like when you were younger, before all like you had all the internet stuff, you wouldn't really understand what it was on about. But
Yeah,
now,
I mean, annoyingly,
you
I can't
see-
think of any examples right now, but if you
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to some of the lyrics that you listened to back then, you just innocently sung.
yeah.
You listen to them now, it's like, that had some really dirty undertones.
I think
Really
like,
quite
I
dodgy.
think more of them back then though were like more about fucking drugs.
I guess so,
than
yeah, back in the
acting,
90s.
fucking sexualizing.
The best example
and
I
stuff
can
like
think
that.
of right now is I think it was I don't remember like the band. I think it's Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Like relax when you're gonna come or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
what was it called?
Dan's doing a great one in chat right now. He's talking about Khalees, My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard. That's definitely one.
no, like the one
That's
I can
how
think
is
of
how is that at all sexual? It's pretty obvious what it's on about.
Dan, please.
It's just a lady that runs a mobile milk stand, and it just got a bit more successful than she at first expected. Like, it's one woman's struggle and progression in the world
Oh,
of
fucking
business.
damn it, Dan.
man.
Dan's all about women's struggles.
Yeah.
Wow,
Please.
that wording, please. Hello. Hello.
Context?
I hate it so much.
Oh, bless.
But yeah, it's weird. I mean, we're so desensitized to that kind of thing now. Like, even when we were like 12 years old and shit, we were playing Grand Theft Auto. I mean, granted, it
Top
wasn't
down
as-
GTA.
Yeah, I'm saying it's
yeah,
not.
exactly.
It's not as obvious as it is now.
Fucking
But we
police
still,
faces for wanted level. Oh my days.
we were still playing Grand Theft Auto. We were playing games that were us committing crimes, and we didn't think anything of it back then. But these days, it's like, I actually had a thing a while back when my mum was letting my little brother play Call of Duty when he was like 8 years old. I was like, that's not really suitable for my little brother. And then I'm thinking, hang on, I was that age playing similar games.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if I was his age now, I'd want to be playing those games as well. Like, age requirements and shit on games seem so pointless these days.
To be fair though, for the most
People are so
part,
desensitized.
especially with shit like fucking Call of Duty at the moment, there's a part of me that has a slight suspicion, right, that the age ratings, while yes they apply to the game, they're also telling you how fucking bad the actual other players you're gonna bump into are. Because I mean, when was the last time you went into a Call of Duty lobby and had a nice friendly conversation with everybody else in the room? You know, like
Yeah, but we can't do that in any game these days.
I feel like
Well, it's the
kids
same with CS:GO.
kids
though,
pick
isn't it?
up so much shit from the games they play, and when
easy.
it's full of toxic people,
Yeah,
it's just
communities that have like kind of that are
It's
more
fucked,
dangerous than the
isn't it?
games themselves.
Yeah,
FNAF,
the communities
yeah.
definitely don't help. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier. That we're pretty much roundabout got to where I was earlier. It was a case of before people, you know, well, fandoms are generally the main problem with things like this because you play a game, it's like, oh, this is a great game. Undertale, this is a great game. Then you jump on the internet and you look at, you know, the posts from people who like Undertale. You're like, I don't really want to be associated with these idiots at all. To be fair.
Like, to be honest, they're like pretty good artists and shit, and who do awesome things with the franchises.
Well, I'm not arguing with that. I'm not saying the people that play the game or make the game or whatever, or make fan art around the game are bad. I'm saying you look at the general people who talk about it and stuff. It's like, I don't really want to associate with these kind of people, especially the ones that's drawing Rule 34 of it. It's like,
Oh god.
oh, for fuck's sake, I don't want to fap to this. And you know, now I'm back on the game and I'm looking at them in a different
you look down at
way.
your piece, you're like, not again.
I don't want to fab to this, but I'm
disappointment.
gonna
You look
to,
down at
Splatoon's
yourself
another one,
in
it's like-
disappointment.
Yeah.
Not
Here's another
again.
one, it's like, why do
Not
I find
again.
this squid so attractive? It's horrible. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. It's just not nice.
Honey pop and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That phrase is irrelevant these days because we all know
Honeypot's great,
exactly
though.
where it's going.
like
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows. That's why we're here.
Hang on, where is this going?
Liam, you know we're gonna I'm
Places.
gonna order you a fucking Sans body pillow. You know that.
I'm okay with that because I cosplay a great Sans, so
Oh my god, no.
I've got a great
but
voice for it too.
First
Oh
that one.
god.
First you get that, and then you end up with the fucking monster fucking fuck, I don't even remember the name of the series. You know the one I'm on about though.
Sure.
Oh.
I'll
The
do it.
fucking like the 72
Virgins?
fucking how the fucking piss off long pillow of the fucking snake pit.
Piss off long pillow of the snake bitch.
Yeah.
Anyone in the comments who knows what he's
Hold
on
on, I'll
about,
find
please
this.
tell us.
No idea.
I will find this.
I
Hold on.
don't. Medusa? I don't know.
Oh no.
He's talking about Snake Woman, isn't he? Dan, you can do this.
Like
I have
solid,
faith in you.
solid snake, like from Metal Gear.
Solid Snake, yeah. I had a Solid Snake.
Oh, he's so hard. Jesus.
We got completely off topic,
Oh,
weren't we?
Liam, I've watched
Hello?
this completely unrelated to gaming, but I watched this video of this
what's the point?
these live chicks being fed to monitor lizards.
No,
Yes.
that's not
There you
okay.
go. I
It
posted a
was
link.
fucking horrible.
That is not okay. Why would you do that? Why would you watch that?
I don't
You're
know.
a
I,
horrible person.
I was like, no. I was saying to myself, no. Whilst I was
No,
watching
this is so
it.
tasty. No.
It's like, no.
I could be eating
That's
those
cruel.
shit.
But I can't stop watching.
Is that like when you walk into your parents' bedroom and they do
Well,
what?
what the?
I mean, fucking. Anyway, next topic. What time are we on, actually? We've done pretty well so far. What I wanted to talk about was VR.
Virtual reality.
Before I do my rant is that is literally going to be every video, by the way. It's going to be like, before I do my rant, does anybody have any thoughts on it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Not
Alright,
my thing.
so-
Is all I'm gonna say.
Not your thing. Why?
I just don't like the idea of having all of this bloody equipment that you've got to use and having these things over your eyes. Why?
Okay, we can pause this just a second. Just I know I'm going to do my thing, but I'd like to, like, as you know, analyze people's reasons for things. Say virtual reality was a case of you just put something over your head.
Yeah.
I think this is what Vive is doing. You've got a camera in the front of it as well, so you've got the option to press a button at any time and see what's in front of you instead, like virtual reality would pause and you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
And you've just got two handheld controllers for doing everything else, like say Wii remotes for argument's sake.
Yeah.
That's all the equipment you need. Would you still say that's too much equipment for VR?
No.
Okay.
It's the walking. I don't know. I
walking
just feel
is not
like
hard,
I
yeah.
just feel like it'll for a while it's gonna be very, very expensive. But in the end, I don't think I think virtual reality is gonna die down.
Well, you've got to
Right.
start somewhere, haven't you? That's the thing.
Okay, so my thing
So
with
you
it...
could get a room that is literally like you have holograms and shit. You're not gonna have.
So you're talking about
proper
augmented reality rather than virtual reality?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See,
Augmented reality.
my whole thing with it was they're pushing it really hard at the moment for gaming,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's where it's going to go.
No.
I don't think
It'll go-
gaming is away from VR.
Porn.
Not even porn.
Why not?
Like
Mate,
one of the
film.
main examples I keep hearing, which I think is actually pretty fantastic, is using it for like interior designing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you got
You
your
mean
room.
playing The Sims?
But, yeah, sure, fuck it, we'll go Sims, we'll go with that example. But yeah, people literally, you go into a room, you put on the goggles, it's like, yeah, this is the room that I want. Okay, great, let's load up the IKEA app.
Or
and-
like
Actually,
fucking.
Sorry, hang on, sorry, not sponsored by IKEA, by the way.
Unless you want to, then in that case it's up.
Load up our non-home brand, home and garden furniture-based company.
With hot dogs.
App.
God, I love
Yeah,
hot
sure.
dogs.
With Swedish meatballs, maybe.
Oh my god, I love them.
And
This video
yeah,
isn't
it's okay.
sponsored by Sweden, by the way.
Yeah, it is. And you
Shit.
look around the room and go, right, so, okay, I'd like the sofa there. And somebody else goes, yeah, I'd like it there, but let's try it here. And you can
Pick it up and
Yeah.
throw it across
So,
the entire
Yeah.
virtual
building.
reality, you'll be able to see what the room looks like.
And you
with
could literally
certain
do
furniture
that.
in certain
Or
places.
like
have all
online
the
shopping in
furniture.
general would be great with.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
this-
if you could
this is
see
the-
how things fit on a realistic
I'm just thinking.
fucking...
This is my
Will they
favourite
be able to
example,
use
is what
it
I'm
for
getting at.
medical devices.
Oh
Possibly,
yeah.
but let me finish my goddamn thing before you keep
No!
all talking over me.
Oh, sorry. We'll talk about
The
that.
main thing is, like, literally,
Sorry,
you
Your
have all of
Highness.
that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but sausages.
And this was the whole fucking thing I said at the start of the fucking goddamn. Don't talk over people. God fucking damn it. Jesus fucking Christ. It's the fucking fourth time today. Right. Anyway, you go into your non-fucking branded furniture company.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I'd like that sofa there, that TV there, that TV stand underneath it. Probably underneath TV, why not? To the side of the TV, fuck it. And, it all comes up on a list there on your side, and you can go, okay, that's how much it's going to cost. Oh, you got a discount, well done. IKEA do that. I'm not saying you go to IKEA, but you can go anywhere. And you can just go, okay, I'd like to order all that. You can order it all gets delivered. You can put it exactly where you want, as it was in virtual reality. And that there is a beautiful use, an example of virtual reality. But going back to games, like people keep pushing it for, it's... I don't know, I see it from a weird angle because I look at it from... Because I don't do much in the way of my own gaming these days. I'm quite often like recording or doing YouTube, YouTube or Twitch with that kind of thing. And I feel like that doing VR for those would take away from doing that kind of thing. I can see it for being on your own maybe for gaming, but I don't know, if you're doing social gaming and stuff, I feel like virtual reality just isn't the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Like, even if you were just couch co-oping with somebody for a game, it's, say, Oculus Rift is, what, $600, I think?
Yeah.
You're looking at, so yeah, you need 2 of those, don't you?
Yeah,
$1,200 straight away.
not worth it.
Then you need the computer that's actually going to be able to run that, and you're looking at,
The games itself.
for argument's sake, let's call that another $600 for that computer that can run that. That's £1,200, or dollars, sorry, just to play with your significant other or a friend on your couch. Whereas you could just buy a console, for argument's sake. You could buy the games, buy 2 controllers, and you're looking at way less than $1,000. I don't see virtual reality, unless somehow it comes down massively in price, being any good for gaming.
True. Very true.
And that's my argument for it.
It's literally going to only be for people who have got money to burn.
Yeah, it's for rich people.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty
right now.
much.
Like,
But you've got to think about, like, not every game publisher's going to want to waste money developing for virtual reality as well.
No, exactly. Like, it's quite... I find it
You're
quite
going to be very
interesting.
limited to the games you can play.
Yeah, I find it quite
At
interesting.
least
that
in the beginning, anyway.
Oculus Rift, they're actually making... I think they're either making 0 profit or actually losing money selling the Oculus Rift at that price. And they're literally hoping that they're going to make the money back through people buying games through their version of Steam for Oculus Rift, basically.
Right.
And that's going to be very, very interesting because not only are they already technically competing with Steam because they're creating the Valve because of the HTC Vive,
Yeah.
but you're looking at competing against somebody that's already got a platform that you're trying to emulate that is already very successful.
Yeah.
If you're, making that kind of console, then, or making that kind of service, I don't know, but I guess it's not really possible, but I wouldn't really be looking to try and compete with somebody who's already got a stranglehold on that kind of platform.
Literally, yeah. I don't think there's nothing that can compete with Steam.
Well, there is technically stuff able to, but there's nothing that will. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Put it this way: Origin's got its own thing, and Ubisoft got their own thing. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not siding with them, but they exist.
Yeah.
They are platforms that theoretically could compete with Steam.
But when you think about it, they're limited to their publishers' games.
No, exactly.
The way that Steam isn't.
You're looking at Oculus Rift trying to do a similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously they're not going to say only these developers can be on the Oculus Rift service, but you're looking at things that can... I imagine Oculus Rift are going to say, right, if you develop for us, we only want you making stuff for the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
And I can't see many companies going, yeah, sure, we'll do that. I'm sure that's going to make us a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work for them.
Exactly. It's all about business and how much money. It all comes down to the amount of money.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I can't see Oculus Rift specifically doing that well, really.
No.
I can see them getting their asses handed to them when the Vive comes out. Even if the Vive is more expensive, they've already got such an established market there that it's not really that much of an issue for them.
Yeah. I just think this whole virtual reality thing will die down.
Maybe. I can see this year not being the year of thingy like they want it to be. But it's not something that's going to go away anytime soon. It's not like 3D movies that had to fucking try and revive themselves 4 or 5 times before anyone actually accepted them. And I suppose even now, they're not that accepted. People still kind of prefer not to see them. But it's a case of, I don't know, they're overhyping it a lot more than they should be at this stage. That's my feeling on it.
Yeah, I think it's a good sort of, it's a foot in the door into 3D, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
3D
it's a great place to start, yes. But
well, they already tried 3D gaming, didn't they? And it failed. You're talking about 3D gaming. That's already been tried and failed.
Well, VR, 3D, all sorts of
VR. Well, no, VR and 3D. You're talking about 2 different things.
Well, yeah.
Nvidia have already tried the 3D thing. We've got the fucking drivers on our computers, and nobody uses them because it didn't work. It was a failed experiment. And VR is essentially, it's not really the same as 3D because you're having to use you're viewing it through a completely different device, whereas the 3D experience was similar to movies where you were putting on a pair of glasses and then seeing things in 3D. So I think that's how it worked anyway. But either way, I know it failed. So
but nah,
people don't really use it.
I feel like it's Oculus Rift. It's a great place to start, but that's about it. I don't think there's any, unless for some reason some sort of hype is generated and people jump on board with it this year or next year, I don't see it taking off particularly.
No,
I can understand. I see it leading to more, into more developments. If it works out that they're able to work out how to make it cheaper, more accessible, easily, more more.
It's very cost prohibitive right now.
Exactly, and content prohibited as well for the most part.
For now, yeah. I mean, you got plenty of games that are actually already ready, essentially, for VR. Like, just for example, I know Among the Sleep is a game that I've played before, and that's VR ready. But these are games that, most of these games are ones that are already on Steam, so they're all ready to go for the HTC Vive. And I think Oculus Rift, again, you can use Oculus Rift with these games, but they're not going to be exclusively sold on their marketplace like they're gambling for, basically.
Yeah.
They're hoping people are going to buy it off that service, and they're just not going to.
In some respects, you could almost argue that Oculus Rift has come a little bit too late for what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'd argue so, yeah.
Because if Oculus Rift, well, what year was it released for like public purchase?
Oculus hasn't technically been released.
Dev kits.
The dev kits have been out for the last 2-3 years, maybe.
See, I feel like if they'd actually been able to release the Oculus Rift as an accessible product that long ago, it might have done a bit better.
Maybe. I mean, I imagine it would have cost more back then as well.
Yeah, that's an issue.
You're talking about Moore's Law, aren't you? Where it's a case of, as things become more evolved, they get cheaper. What is it? It's every year and a half, things get twice as fast and half the price, something like that. It's some kind of weird
Yeah.
rule. So I don't know. It seems very odd to me. That it's a case of I just can't see it kicking off the gaming. That's the main thing I wanted to go with on that. Whereas everybody seems to be
it'd be so much more useful use in other areas other than gaming.
Well, yeah, I gave a really good example of that. It's a case of I could see it being much more widely used for, planning stuff out like that, and like you said with
Maybe
medical stuff as
medical
well.
devices and stuff.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being used for that. But I don't know. It seems very odd.
Maybe medical training and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I can totally see
Like
it on
surgery
that.
simulator type deals.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
But not like surgeon simulator level, but like
But like
It's
actual,
surgeon simulator, but
actual
in
as a
depth.
proper medical thing, rather than just being a stupid thing people
dick
fuss about.
around
yeah.
game, yeah.
Yeah. No, I can totally see it for that. But yeah, I suppose that is our hour, by the way,
Well,
boys.
that's longer than that. That's good. That was a good.
That
that
was a
good run,
solid
that was.
podcast. I feel like nobody talked over anybody too much other than me, so that was great. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this first pilot episode of the TiddyCast. Again, we're never going to explain that name. If you did enjoy it, let us know in the comments below and leave us a like, because apparently it does help out on the old YouTubes. But this will be out as a video. I mean, you're not really going to have much to watch except for a beautiful image Murdo has supplied us. But this will be available on SoundCloud as well. We'll be looking at getting them out on YouTube and SoundCloud on a Tuesday, I believe, at the moment. So, yeah, thanks for watching or listening, guys. And thank you to Dan, Murdo, and Dean for joining me for this
You're
one.
very welcome.
And we'll see you guys in the next one if you enjoyed this one. See ya!
See ya.
Murder's died.
Just
God damn it, Murdo, you fucking suck.